time to wake up. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. It's time to wake up. Wake up, wake up. It's time to wake up. We've been asleep for too long. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. We've been asleep for too long. It's time to wake up. Wake up, wake up. We've been asleep for too long. We've been asleep for too long. It's time to wake up. The time is now. Welcome to the huddle. We all we got. We all we need. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. If you are that one, then you got to know that I'm talking about you are enough. Enough to get it right when everything seems to be going all wrong. Welcome to the huddle. We know that your attention is the most powerful thing that you can pay. So if you're paying me some attention right now, in the moment or on the replay, I give my all to be worthy. Joe Crook, you already know what time it is. Want to give a shout out to my home girl. She says she feel left out in this here season. But I told her she a reason for the season. Alexa, tell me something good.
We all we got. We all we need.
She already know how to run the play. Man, this the P.O.P show. Power of perspective. Well, I'm just going to stand up here and pop my shit. Tonight I got some things I want to talk about, but I want to talk about an understanding of how it works. Because see, we all going through the same thing. We all working to maintain and survive. And we all in the same system. But do we understand how it works? Sometimes that's what makes us different, our understanding of how it works and knowing our position in it. Had a conversation with my big brother, Mike Shaw. He called me. He said, "What's up, Trav?" I said, "Ain't nothing." He said, "Tell me something good." He put it on me. "Tell me something good." I say, "Man, everything good, man. Out here working, maintaining, man. Trying my best to do it without struggling and straining." And he's like a big brother to me, like a big brother do. He said, "Well, don't try too hard not to struggle." I said, "Why you say that, Mike?" He said, "Cause, man, struggling ain't bad, man. And struggling ain't hard. It's harder not to struggle than it is to struggle." He just popping his shit, power of perspective. I said, "Come on, man, teach me something." He said, "Think about it, Trav. Everybody gonna go through struggling in one way or another. It's all about the mindset you have while you're going through it." He said, "You know a lot of people with money. You might think struggle your money. You might think money your struggle. But call somebody with money and ask them what they're struggling with. If they real, they got to struggle. No matter what, you got to struggle. So to try not to have a struggle is harder than accepting struggle is a part of life. Own your struggle. Realize that's where you grow. That's what make you strong. That's what keep you going." He said, "So don't try too hard not to struggle." I said, "Boy, you ain't lying." Had to chew on it. Power of perspective. Brought me to a story about a young man named Eli. Eli lived in a small village at the bottom of a hill. I'm talking about a steep hill. Every day, Eli watched the older men walk up this steep hill to get out of the village into the fields where they had to work all day. Eli looked at the older men go up the hill and struggle. Eli said, I ain't going to live in that struggle. I'm going to find a better way. So Eli went his whole life trying to find a better way to avoid struggling up that hill. And Eli did a good job. Eli didn't never do anything that made him sweat. Eli didn't do anything that made him hurt. Eli that didn't do anything that challenged his pride or bruised his ego. Eli said all those things make a man struggle. I'm not going to struggle. Eli became older and realized, compared to other men who had went through the struggle of climbing the hill, Eli realized he wasn't a strong man. He was a fragile man. Didn't really have no spunk to prove anything. Eli realized he was weak because he had done avoided struggle. And he realized the men and the young boys that had grew up who faced the hill to walk up to a better way to make a better day were strong. He realized they had balance. He realized they had patience. He realized they had everything. And the thing that hurt him most that he realized was that it was real hard his whole life avoiding the hill. It was harder for him avoiding the hill. And it made him weaker in the end. Don't be Eli. Don't be unrealistic thinking that struggle is something that only you and those less of have. I'm talking real life shit. I ain't talking make believe. I talk to men in a sincere on every level of leadership. Boy, you ain't never heard a struggle till you heard a man struggle that got money. And the struggle is about the things that money can't buy and money can't solve. Some real life shit. So we all get narratives that make us fear struggle. It makes us fear growth. Alexa, what is the meaning of struggle?
As a verb, struggle is usually defined as to contend with an adversary or opposing force. As a noun, struggle is usually defined as the process or an act or instance of struggling. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for struggle. Good news. Alexa Plus is free during early access. It's our smartest, most proactive AI assistant yet. Would you like to upgrade now?
No. That's her way of saying you've been keeping me on the bench. Coach, I done got better. Let me in the game, coach. That's why I had to throw her alley-oop. Struggle, resisting, opposition. Black, you already know what time it is, man. You got to go through some shit to get to some shit. Come on, Black. He already understand how it works. The question is more powerful than the answer. What is your struggle? I struggle daily, especially on the days I got to go to work. Struggle is an opposition resistance. Everybody see the glow, but everybody can't handle the glare. I got to face an opposition in envy, jealousy, and all those things. Sometimes people just want to crack your egg just to see if it got yolk in it. How many of you struggle to stay positive in the face of adversity? See, that's a struggle. Some people have different struggles on different levels, but it's necessary for growth. It's a grounding mechanism. In order to make power work, you got to have positive and negative. We call the positive the power, God, love, light. We call the negative a grounding, something that grounds you. You know, everything seems to be going right. Here comes something negative that puts your ass on the ground and make you put things in perspective and humble you and make you realize what's real, who matters, what matters. Without that grounding, it don't work. Without the resistance, it don't work. Struggle is necessary. Evading or thinking that it's realistic that you won't ever struggle gets so tiring, so delusional. It makes you a coward. It makes you scared to grow, scared to face opportunity, scared of disappointment, scared of someone telling you no. You ain't living. You don't give yourself a position to grow. You got to struggle. In the biblical sense, they say, in the biblical context, they say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. See, if you understand when it say no weapon formed against me, it's saying absolutely there will be a weapon formed against you, but none that is formed will prosper. But the point is there will be a weapon. Someone will have the intentions. Life will throw things at you to make you feel like you in a struggle. Face it. Face it. It's harder to run from it. It's harder to avoid a bully every day. It's harder to turn around and go the long way. It makes you weak in the end. Powerful lesson my brother Mike Shaw gave me. I love you, Mike. I love you, Mike. We all going through the same thing, working to survive and to maintain. Ain't nobody above the bullshit. Stop lying to yourself. If you think you can live a life making someone else think you above it and you ain't struggling with something. The idea of struggling to feed children every night is a real struggle. But through the history of the struggle, I know grown men that says through that struggle, I know my mama loved me. I know my daddy loved me. And I appreciate every piece of the struggle. Some people think they ain't never been through shit. Man, I want to talk about November 1st. There's a fear of is food stamps gonna stop? And everybody's being frantic with the idea that the struggle will get real when the government don't give food stamps. Now, I'm going to say this on a positive note. October 30th, 2025, I want to say that the Eagle did shit on military veterans. Meaning the government did pay them. So I just want to give you a sentiment, if you paying me some attention or know somebody, I think that's just a good sentiment that the Eagle is living alive and shitting. When I say the eagle shitting, I'm talking about the American eagle, the bald eagle, the one that represents the American government. When I say it shits, that's what it pays those to keep the system running. In an appreciation. So I don't know about what's going on social media, but I got real brothers in real life that depend on the eagle, and they say the eagle shitted. So have faith. However, don't put in your imagination a superficial struggle that is yet to come. Think positive. See the light. See next week how you will be cooking dinner at night. Don't think first for one moment that you're going to have to go steal, rob, and kill for some oodles and noodles in Hot Pocket. Be real. Be strong. Believe. Sometimes the struggle be superficial. So that's why I say sometimes, man, people be playing and we know they playing. Because on one end, we could talk about faith, God, believing. But then on the other end, we realize who we really serve, who we're really vulnerable to, who we really think where our help come from. Because the government can fret that it won't. And everything in our soul and our mind and our imagination will see and conceive that we don't, and we ain't, and we can't. We got to be realer than that, y'all, and we got to be realer than that to each other. It ain't nothing but words and intentions. Speak life, man. Don't speak darkness. Block darkness. Don't let someone induce superficial struggles in your mind. P.O.P. Want to give a shout out to my brother Luckbone. Man, I'm in manufacturing. I'm infatuated with understanding the process and how things work in creating things from scratch with raw materials and resources. Luckbone worked for Nieces pork product breakfast like sausage and bacon. He got a video out right now. Look him up on Instagram, Luckbone. Look up his music. Shout out to Luckbone. But in real life, on the real side, he said, yo, man, we ain't had no liver mush in 5 months. And boy, the people going crazy. He said, man, I ain't think people love liver much that much. And so after he telling me that, and I'm listening to him, my daddy called me, and my daddy said, yeah, man, I'm trying to get me some C-loaf. I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving, but I ain't saw no liver mush. Ain't that me, Trav? You know, ain't nobody had no liver mush in a long time. I don't know what's going on. Ain't no liver mush in the world no more. That's what my daddy called me. So going back to Luckbone conversation, Luckbone say, the liver mush machine broke. I said, come on, Luck. He said, yo, Trav, man, the machine been broke. They can't figure out how to fix it. They calling everybody in. They can't fix the liver mush machine. The liver mush machine broke. Man, the whole world want liver mush. I got to tell them they going to get the machine fixed, y'all. Y'all, they got to fix the liver machine. And I'm telling my daddy, I say, yeah, daddy, ain't no liver mush in the stove because the liver mush machine broke. And my daddy like, ha, 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 ha. And I said, no, daddy, for real, the liver mush machine broke. Nobody really can wrap their mind around a process that there's a group of people that wake up every day and make a living and provide for their families and committed to have attendance, safety, and quality every day to go run the liver mush machine, to give liver mush to a whole city in the whole world. People's mind can't fathom that. It's a process to everything. If you eat liver mush and you wonder why ain't no liver mush, been in the grocery stores in North Carolina or nieces throughout the world or the East Coast, I just want you to know the real reason is the liver mush machine broke and they can't find a proper mechanic and engineer to come fix the liver mush machine. It's the power of perspective. Everything got a process. Everything got a procedure. So just think about that in terms of people. A machine, a system, equipment with different parts working together. A system with different elements working together in synchronized harmony, timing to produce one outcome of a product. When the machine broke, it don't work. It got a malfunction. It can't produce. People depend on production. When there's no production, people don't get what they need, want, desire. Think about the machines that make you. The systems that make you. Think about when one part is out and it's broke and it won't work, and how many people can't depend on the product that they expect from you because you broken. Just like the liver mush machine. I've been chewing on this, man. I pull up at the red light. I look these panhandlers in their eyes. Look over that tent city. I look at them walking. I ride by the shelter. I look at them walking. I love when I get caught in the red light. It's a grounding, humbling experience where I look at real people in real situations. I look in their eyes. If you ain't never tried it, do it. It gives you a sense of appreciation. I can't say what it'll make you appreciate, but this how it works. It's going to make you appreciate something. To know that it's something still living and vibrant in you that's growing, that got you fighting with a beacon of light to not give up. I look at these people, and the only thing I can think about is being broke. They can't produce. There's no product. It's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. I ain't saying the mind can't be restored. I ain't saying it can't be a renewal of the mind. But when you look at the reality for what it is in the moment, when the mind is broke, they say when you take the mind, the body shall follow. See, when a man is in his right mind, when a woman is in her right mind, if she fall, there's a natural order, a nature that's innately in her that tells her, get back up. That tells him, get back up. If I got the will to survive, if I fall in a fight, I got to get back up with all my might. And I don't care if blood running out of my mouth. If it still requires me to fight, the only thing I can say is, am I right? Let me fight. That's in the natural order of a man or a woman mind. But when you break the mind, they stay down. They lay down. They have no attempt to get back up. That's what I see in the eyes of those in despair. And you reaching them a chicken sandwich, a $5 bill, some soap, giving them shelter. It's the humane thing to do to help them pull through. But they broke. They broke. They broke. So even going back to the struggle, if you can feel it, but you push against it, you still working. You ain't broke. Because the second you ain't got no push, it ain't working no more. So when you feel the struggle, embrace it and push on. Push through. Be strong. Don't give up. Don't quit. Brother Aaron Alexander say, what is a recipe of failure? I say no self-confidence and no destination in your imagination. If you see it, you can be it. And if you really want to see it, all you got to do is close your eyes. Believe in yourself. There's a self, me, myself, and I. See, I'm talking to y'all right now. I am talking to y'all. But when me and myself is at harmony, boy, I'm strong. But when me and myself don't agree, can't agree, don't see what each other's saying, oh Lord, be unstable. I be out of bounds. So when I say self-confidence, me, myself, and I, talking about myself, when I'm confident in the self that I see in my head, when I'm confident the self that I see in my head, when that is surrounded by light, and I see that light traveling to a destination where there's love, there's peace, there's those that matter, I'm going to fight against any resistance. I'm going to fight through any struggle. And I'm going to be a living testimony of how it works. I'm telling you some real life shit. This is how I work, y'all. This is how I work, y'all. This is how I work. This is how I work. Wake up every day, run the play, work it. Believe in yourself. Close your eyes and see the destination, even if it's 5 minutes away, even if it's a moment away. A moment is 90 seconds. Alexa, how long is a moment?
1 moment is 1 minute and 30 seconds.
A moment is 90 seconds, 1 minute and 30 seconds. It says sometimes in some concepts of life that you got to live life 1 moment at a time. If you got to take it step by step, I'm talking about just 90 seconds at a time. Close your eyes and see what 90 seconds will feel like, look like, and be like. And open your eyes and just move into that destination. Gain momentum. Gain momentum every day. Be like a ball. It don't work until it fall and it bounce back. What goes up must come down. It's okay to fall. Get back up. Your children watching that. Your children need to see that life is real. Your children don't need to have a false sense of reality to think that their mama and daddy was above the bullshit, because they will go through life thinking that about life. Don't be ashamed to be a ball in the eyes of those who matter. Don't be ashamed. Man, it costs $350 to $400 to feed a family of 4 for 7 days a week. Ain't no way to cut it. Ain't no way to cut it. After the bills, after the smoke, after everything clear. Even if you got that much after everything clear, you got $400 to live on. Well, you got to save for something in a rainy way or a rainy day. Oh man, these are the expectations that come with having responsibility. But it takes almost $500. Unless you're just going to practice discipline in every way. To say you're going to do the bare minimum of all feel goods and desires. And if you got that strength, more power to you. So if you ain't struggling and you making 2 to 3 times a month incoming more than what is required to go outcoming. Yeah, that exists. And money ain't a thing. They can say money ain't my struggle. Okay. But for those that's struggling in that type of way, man, you got to let that shame go. And you got to stop thinking social media and all these bullshit ass things out here that don't matter is real. Man, I'm talking real life shit. If you paying mortgage or rent, I don't care what you call it. If you got to work up every day, go to work, and at the end of the month, pay where it take to lay. Man, that's respect in these here times. Especially for somebody who ain't got that pressure or burden or struggle on their mind. Don't you let somebody compare or make you compare yourself to somebody who don't understand what it takes to be real in hard times. I'm saying this in an inspiring way to say, if you fighting that there fight with all your might, I love you and you is enough. And if we're going to believe anything, we got to believe and know. Even when the world don't make it seem so. The righteousness, goodness, love, and going in the right direction and having discipline will always lead to something. Even when it don't look like nothing to the whole world. In the soul, you got to know is leading you somewhere powerful and somewhere real. And anytime you're amongst others that understand it, y'all will feel what's real. And that feeling is something that money can't buy. And money can't get you in this situation. I love you, man. Shout out, man. My big brother Crump, my big brother Wood, my big brother Kamaran, all my brothers on the trucking line, my brother Bam, Mike, Black. Shout out to Cam Kent. Had a powerful conversation today, man. Shout out to my brother Javon Clark, man. Man, dreams really do come true when you dream about the things that money can't buy and realize that's already in the power of inside of you, that's already given to you. When you understand how dreams work and how to see things for what they are, you'd be surprised how true dreams come true. For real, man. Give a shout out to brother LB. Give a shout out, man, to anybody. Brother Swipe Jones, Brother Blow. Give a shout out to anybody and everybody that wake up with the right intentions to add value to those and be able to accept value when it's sincerely given. That's how it works. That's how you be a part of it. One man God is another man devil. There's a man who has a son who plays football. And this man has an ego and he has pride that he wanted to put into his son to say that because you're my son, there's a standard that everyone expects of you. And I feel disappointed when those expectations ain't met. So he going through a lot because his son is not the starting running back. But his son understands why. Son is behind an outstanding player, a senior, 4-year starter. Son in practice, son understands. I'm in turn, I'm waiting my line. I'm in the 10th grade. My time is coming. I'm learning all I can from the senior player. He helping me develop. I understand my position. I'm the ultimate teammate. Hey, we gonna win. Let's go. If my opportunity come, I'm ready. I'm there for the team. But I accept my position at the moment to say I'm not the starting running back, but I am in line and I'm working hard to be ready. But his daddy can't understand that. His daddy praying every day. Man, I pray to God, I hope my son get to start. Dear God, if you hear my prayer, please make a way so my son can start. Dear God, if you hear the words of my heart, please, Lord, make a way so my son can start. 4 games into the season, starting running back having an amazing year. Rainy night. He gets a handoff. He takes it one way. He goes for a sharp cut back the other way. But because it's a rainy night on the field, the cleat gets stuck into the muddy field and his knee goes away from his feet. He tears ACL. Young man has worked so hard for 4 years. He crying on the way to the doctor. Why, God? Why, God? God, why, God? Why would you make my knee go out when I work so hard? His parents trying to console him to say, it's going to be all right. You're more than a football player. You're going to heal. God is a redeemer. It's still a whole half of the game. The egotistical daddy who has expectations for his son, who been praying to God that his son's star break down in tears. And he said, God, I'm so glad that you heard my prayer. I know that you're real, God. I prayed that my son would start. One man God is another man devil. See, this egotistical father was praying on the child downfall because in order of operation, you got a second string that steps up in the misfortune, mishap of a starter. But there's always somewhat a bad circumstance other than the starter moving on, and the second string moves up in the right order in which they've been preparing. But we know life throw things at you, struggles at you. So yeah, it happens in football. He tore his ACL, but there was a man praying for his God to make a way for his baby to start. And if you ever been a starter, that's a real struggle in life when you come to the sideline and there's people secretly praying on your downfall so they can get in the game, not knowing all they got to do is find another position where they're stronger. Don't be that father. Don't be that co-worker. That's why people snitch at work. That's why people become ingenuine to paint you in ways that people see you in ways that you're not. That's the opposition. That's a real struggle in life when you're working hard and you're doing it right. When someone praying to their God on your downfall. Joe Crook say, cold world, dog. It's a cold world, man. But you know what's crazy about that, though, Joe? Hot can't exist if cold don't. Hot can't exist if cold don't. Hot can't exist if cold don't. And fire creates the heat that turns the cold warm. It's a cold world. Boy, I love the way you say that it's a cold world. I even asked the question. I asked black people, I say, who in the hell told us that hell was hot? Because it's a cold world, and we living in hell right now on earth. We in the winter season. The cold will kill the homeless way more than the heat ever will. It's a cold world, Jack. When it's a cold world, Jack, that means there's an absence of the fire, absence of the soul. That's what's warm. When You ain't got no soul and you soulless. Like I'm telling you, when you look at these people on the street, when they ain't got no soul in their eyes, that mean they cold. When you go check somebody to see if they're alive once they've been living, if they cold, that mean they ain't got no soul. It's a cold world, Jack. I mean, Toot, you already know. Trey Prue, you know what it do. It's a cold world, Jack. People praying on your downfall. And I don't mean that figuratively. I'm talking about literally. They praying to their God. That the Lord make a way. And in their mind, that way is you, God Almighty, being a child and destroying your knee. And you crying on the way to the hospital, asking why God. And it's another man on the other side saying, because of my God. That's why I say, I got to tell somebody that my God is almighty, and I ain't talking about yours. I'm talking about mine. Man, I love y'all. I have grown to a better me. I'm growing, baby, better who I used to be. If you do something for me, man, and you respect me enough to do it, next time you go to that bathroom, man, I don't care if you're at work or if you're at work right now, next time you go to that bathroom and you stand before that mirror, look into your own eyes and just repeat these words. I have grown into a better me. I'm better than who I used to be. Hold me down. I love you.